Amari Cooper is the next guy up here. And Amari Cooper last season, 72 receptions, 128 targets, 1,250 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Thoughts on Amari Cooper?
Again, kind of a revolving door at quarterback that the Browns had there for a little bit. But I mean, Coop's numbers in large part are bolstered by two really big games, right? Week 16 against Houston, where he went 11 of 15 for 265 yards and 2 touchdowns. You know, 47.5 fantasy points basically and half point PPR, like monster week. Great for the playoffs, but it does kind of pervert these stats a little bit. And then again in week number 9, where he went 5 for 5 for 139 and a touchdown. He starts to fall out of this wide receiver 2 territory and becomes a fringe wide receiver 2. So being drafted at 25, I'd tell you you're getting adequate value for Amari Cooper. You could see him sneak up there a little bit. You could possibly see him fall down just below that a little bit. But this is a pretty safe pick uh, at wide receiver 25, coming off the board at 45, 46, 47 overall. So I don't hate this, but much like Zay Flowers, I think you're going to have a couple monster weeks. And then you're just going to have some ho-hum weeks because, again, Cleveland wants to run the ball. They want to run the ball and play to their defense. So there's just going to be some weeks where it's not going to come Cooper's way. You're just going to have to be patient and kind of let the whole season play out to get your true value out of it.
He'll certainly see a lot of targets, right? Like, we very well may see him average in that 8-9 target range per game type of thing when it's all said and done. But that doesn't necessarily kind of guarantee production or guarantee return on that one, because we've seen this in the past where we can see 8 targets and it returns 34 yards in receiving yards there, right, with 0 touchdowns. And so they have 6 targets for 16 yards, right? Like there's a lot of these things that we've seen kind of come to light here and come to fruition there. So this is one of those that, again, like I'm not looking to necessarily put on Amari Cooper on my roster as my first wide receiver if I went some other directions with this. Amari Cooper, though, definitely some value in a wide receiver too, because I do think that we'll see some return on this one, and we can certainly see him finish inside of where his draft capital is, but we're also more likely to see him kind of return value where he's being drafted at wide receiver 25 overall.